An ICE agent shot and killed a woman in Minneapolis today during the Trump administration's latest immigration crackdown. That woman was from Colorado.
The Trump administration immediately called the 37-year-old mother and widow, Renee Good, a domestic terrorist. Tonight, the mayor of Minneapolis is calling that BS, while Minnesota's governor is calling for calm so that President Trump doesn't send in the military. 9 News anchor Phil Lipoff has details.
This video from the shooting shows a burgundy SUV in the middle of the street. The driver motions for one car to go by, and it does. Then a gray pickup truck pulls up. You can hear a woman's voice tell the agents inside to pass as well. Instead, the federal agents get out and immediately begin shouting at the driver. Witnesses say they heard competing commands to both move the car and get out at the same time. From there, it escalates quickly. One agent tries to open the door. The driver backs up to drive away. Now look closely. There is one other agent standing near the front of the car. As it approaches him, he fires. The car crashes into a pole and another parked vehicle. The 37-year-old woman behind the wheel, dead. Immediately, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem described the incident like this.
It was an act of domestic terrorism. What happened was our ICE officers were out in an enforcement action. They got stuck in the snow because of the adverse weather that is in Minneapolis. They were attempting to push out their vehicle, and a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over and ram them with her vehicle.
They are already trying to spin this as an action of self-defense. Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is
Minneapolis's mayor and police chief both say that is not what they see on the video. Very different versions of the same event. Video available for everyone to see. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz called for calm as protesters filled the streets. Mayor Frey, visibly upset, called for ICE to do something as well.
to ICE, get the out of Minneapolis. We do not want you here.
And now to the woman who was shot and killed today. Her family says she is from Colorado. 9 News reporter Ria Shaw is here. Tell us what you've learned about her, Ria.
Yeah, family members confirmed with 9 News today that Renee Good grew up in Colorado Springs and that she still has family members living here in Colorado. That family member also confirmed that Renee was a widow. Her husband died several years ago and she leaves behind a young child. Her former father-in-law told the Minneapolis Star-Tribune that the child now has no one else in their life and he plans to travel to Minneapolis to bring his grandchild home, saying he'll do whatever it takes to get there. Renee's mother described her daughter as compassionate, telling the Star-Tribune she was one of the kindest people she had ever known, someone who spent her life caring for others. We also found a social media account that we believe was Renee Good's, and the bio said that she was a writer, a poet, and a mom. And this is all the information we have confirmed about Renee right now, but we are working to confirm more information about her history here in Colorado. Reporting live in Denver, Ria Shaw, 9 News.
Tonight, Coloradans are protesting that shooting in Minneapolis.
9 News reporter Colton Chavez joins us from outside the ICE Detention Center in Aurora. Colton.
Kim, Kyle, yeah, we've seen protests happen outside of this facility before, especially during the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. But for the groups that were here tonight, Minneapolis, they say, was at the top of mind. Now, the group that we saw out here today was organizing peacefully, and they came together calling for justice for Renee Nicole Good. It was a fairly calm group with several public speakers, one of them being Khalid Hamu.
I am an organizer, and so I always try to come out whenever something bad is happening and try to speak out against it. And I see Renee as someone who is also doing that. And you know, to just find out that they were from Colorado, a place that I call home as well, it just makes it hurt all that much more.
Listening to that speaker and several others here tonight, they say the message continues to be clear. It's that they don't want ICE in Colorado communities. Live in Aurora tonight, Colton Chavez, 9 News.
The Trump administration has openly targeted both Colorado and Minnesota in recent months amid a wider campaign against Democrat-led states. This week, the Trump administration said it would freeze about $10 billion in help for low-income families in the three largest population blue states, California, New York, and Illinois, as well as Minnesota and Colorado. The Trump administration pointed to fraud in Minnesota, which has been successfully investigated and prosecuted there for years, but did not provide proof of fraud in the other states. Today, NBC News asked Democratic Senator Tina Smith of Minnesota why she thinks Trump is so fixated on her state, and she offered a blunt response.
I wish I knew. I mean, I wish they would just leave us the alone. When do things stop being about politics and start being about actual human decency? And so, I mean, I'm sure we can all hypothesize on what all of their political reasons are. But meanwhile, a woman died being shot in her car, and everything that they're doing is making it worse and not better.
President Trump has been crystal clear about why he's punishing Colorado. He's publicly threatened, quote unquote, harsh measures against this state for refusing to release his ally Tina Peters from prison. She's serving a 9-year sentence for orchestrating a breach of Colorado's voting systems. In addition to recently withholding that funding for needy families in Colorado, the Trump administration is also removing Space Command from this state, shutting down the NCAR Science Lab in Boulder. President Trump denied disaster funding for wildfires and floods in Colorado, and also recently blocked a clean drinking water project that he previously celebrated.
After another warmer than average day in Denver, finally a much needed change. A winter storm is coming our way, like a legit one. Kathy, we hope.
We're so excited. It's not just one storm, it's two, and some of the models have these storms merging together. So fingers crossed. So far for the season, 6.8 inches of snow. By the end of January, we should have 27. By the end of the season, we should have 56 inches. And we are just looking at a snow drought. It's still dry in Denver, but when you wake up tomorrow, you might see snow falling on I-25 and I-70. 1 to 4 inches of snow forecast for Denver, 4 to 8 to the south, and 5 to 10 in the foothills and mountains above 7,000 feet. So we do advisories for snow and for travel. And so far, Denver not included in this, but there'll still be an impact with a bit of rain and snow during the morning drive, a second round during the afternoon, and a third round Thursday night into Friday morning. Temperatures have come down out of the 50s and 60s into the lower 40s this hour, and there's some snow starting to show up on the radar. We love it. We love it. For Denver, you'll see that rain and snow develop around 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. Heavier band comes through in the afternoon, 1:30, 2 o'clock. The evening drive, we seem now to be getting a little bit of a break before the overnight snow band comes up for overnight Thursday into Friday. Temperatures will trend on the cool side for the next few hours. And again, a weather impact alert for Thursday and Friday. Metro snow and heavy mountain snow. I'll have much more on the timing and impact coming up.
Breaking news out of Salt Lake City tonight. Police say 2 people are dead, several more injured after a shooting during a funeral service at a church. It happened in the parking lot of a Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So far, no arrests have been reported. We will bring you updates as they come into the newsroom. The death of a skier at Keystone is under investigation tonight. The Summit County Sheriff's Office says other guests found a man unconscious on a run today in the outback area of the resort. A Flight for Life helicopter took him to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The Sheriff's Office says he was wearing a helmet. They say he was visiting from the Front Range. The coroner's office has not yet released his name.
Douglas County's Republican leaders are pushing ahead with their plan to crack down on crime by punishing some crime victims. The county commissioners, the sheriff, and the district attorney want to fine businesses in unincorporated Douglas County every time they don't report a shoplifter. The ordinance would impact 900 stores, places as big as Target and as small as family-owned businesses. Republican County Commissioner George Teal explained why there is not an exemption for mom-and-pop businesses, even though he says they're focused on the big box stores.
We haven't seen the need to. When we talk to small businesses, we're not hearing from them their concerns about complying.
A sheriff in Douglas County gave a Walgreens representative assurances this week that if a store calls 911 to report a shoplifter, that a deputy will respond in person, no matter how little specific information the store may have about what was stolen or where the thief went.